Hi Unstable Gaming fam and welcome to this video. This video is all about killing a Met level boss that came out about 2.5 years ago, called Sarachnis. Sarachnis came in the game on July 4th, 2019, and it has been the second spider boss since Venenatis was released on March 13, 2014. Sarachnis is actually the first non-wilderness spider boss. Sarachnis is located in the fourth host dungeon, and depending on which road you want to take or you need to take, you need a knife or a wilderness sword. And if you look on the map, I would prefer taking the blue road with a Xeric talisman, or you can walk a little bit up if you have your player-owned house, BOH, located in Hosidius. But if you have the doors unlocked, you can also take the yellow or the red road. This will need to be unlocked during completing tasks in the dungeon, and you will also need to run past way more powerful NPCs called Undead Druids, but the road is a little bit shorter with the aggression timer with different NPCs. Well, if you take the blue road, you actually only have to run past the temple spiders. They don't deal that much damage, and you can also pray against melee to negate any kind of damage from them. On the map, you can also see two white bubbles. One says knife. This is where you have to use the wilderness sword or the knife, and the wilderness sword has a 100% chance of cutting through a web, so that's why I prefer the wilderness sword. And the other one doesn't need to be slashed, but I marked this one actually because you can look into the instance from Sarachnis to see if there are any more players, and if you see one or more adventurers in there, you can easily hop worlds, check again, and go on like that. For the bestest slot gear, what I used for this video actually, Slayer Helm is number one, but that is only if you are on a Slayer task. This could be a boss task or just a spider task. If you are not, I would prefer to use the face guard because it's very good. It has a very high strength bonus on the helm, and it's way better than the Nadit's Not helm, which actually is also a very good helm to use here. But if you cannot or will not pay this much for the face guard, you can always use the helm of Nadit's Not. The Torture could be swapped for a regular Fury. To be honest, I would not mind to use a Fury over here because on the Fury you also have some more defensive stats. And I used Carol Gear. This could also be swapped for Blessed Height. I would not go lower, but if you are an Iron Man, I could understand why you would go lower because, well, Blessed Height is everything locked behind hard clues, and like Black Dragonhide is easier to get your hands on as an Iron Man. But if you're not an Iron Man, I would spend a little bit more cash. I think it is about 5 to 700k for a full set. Yeah, so I would just buy that on the GE. The weapon slot is a little bit different because Sarachnis itself drops one of the best weapons that could be used on the spider, and that is called the Sarachnis Cudgel. But this drops in a rate of 1 in 384. A leaf-bladed battle axe is also a good alternative. I did not use any of those two. I used an Abyssal Bludgeon because, well, it's a beast of a weapon and it's pretty fast of killing Sarachnis, but it's a slow weapon, so I can see the leaf-bladed battle axe working maybe a little bit better over here. Keep in mind that you need to have your settings on Crush, by the way. The shield slot could be left empty. Most weapons that are somewhat affordable and also actually are not affordable, like the Scythe, which is about 400 mil, I think, when I last checked. Well, most of those weapons are two-handed, so yeah, even though shield slot is also filled in on the page, you can skip that one because, yeah, you barely use the shield over here. At least I do not. The rest of the gear you can easily see on screen, see what you could afford, see what you could use. So Sarachnis is actually also a pretty good or pretty decent money maker. Each kill is worth around 29k at this moment, with the cudgel being at 300,000 coins. But also herb drops could add up to over 80,000 coins per drop. So even though its average is 29k, you can get some pretty decent drops if you get lucky on the drop table. Also, what gets dropped by Sarachnis, just like any other NPC in this dungeon, is the grubby key. And this could be used on the grubby chest and let you get some more resources to stay longer or to make more money. More about this grubby chest in a different video because I got something planned for that as well. Long story short, Sarachnis is a very fun boss. It's not very hard, but it does need a little bit of small practice because, well, there are also small spiders. One attacks with melee and one attacks with magic. And in my eyes, to be fair, it is smart to kill the spiders before you go back to Sarachnis because, well, they spawn in rotations. If you do not kill the first batch and you get Sarachnis down to about 25%, I guess, the second batch will spawn and then you'll have four little spiders and a Sarachnis, well, taking you. If yeah, if you're not fast enough. If you have a sight, I could imagine that you would skip the little ones. But if you do not have a sight or not have the other best is slot gear, just kill the spiders because it goes very fast. These spiders do not have a lot of HP and it makes your kills a little bit more sort of AFK, sort of more fun and more relaxed. And that's what I like about this game. Just killing it is a boss, so kill a boss and have some fun and learn about it. And that's what I've been doing the last few minutes. Well, not minutes, but years. It's just try to have fun in this game because that's the most important thing to get through the whole grind and stuff like that. Well, Sarachnis is a fun boss. It is better if you can make like a lot of money with a boss. Like you can make a lot of money with Forecat or um, Gauntlet or God Wars Dungeon and stuff like that. Maybe Zulrah. You can make a lot of money with those bosses, and even Barrows you can make a ton of money. But this is more, in my eyes, as a step into bossing. If you kill this boss and if you manage to figure out how it works and how to swap your prayers instantly and how to not take damage and just learn all the mechanics with this boss, you can easily go on to the next one and the next one and the next one. And I'm not telling you that you need to go after this boss to Fenanatis to the wilderness because I would never say to people go to the wilderness and kill the bosses over there because it's dangerous. You can lose your stuff, and it will not always be a good experience if you are going to the wilderness. So um, go to this boss. Do not expect to make a bank that is like insane, but just go there, get some experience about bossing, get some experience about killing a higher level monster instead of those hill giants that only give you big bones. No, just go to adventure. Adventure is like the best thing you can do in this game, in my eyes, and it makes it a lot fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, press like. If you didn't, you can always press dislike if you want. Leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.